We Still Can podcast. I'm Lisa.
Anna.
We're having a super weird day, but we're going to talk smack about the news. There's a lot of stuff going on, and much of it's nefarious. Much of it.
You can, you just.
And I want everyone to know that I'm having 100% tech failure on my end. My laptop died, my phone's about to die, and my iPad's also dead. So I'm holding up my phone. I've got my Paddington Bear hat on because I'm freezing. It's just a weird day.
You could always try out for the Hunger Games, Lisa.
For real. Like, you can't read that and keep a straight face and not think, like, what kind of a stupid goddamn timeline are we on right now?
Okay, so what we're talking about is what are we calling it?
It's at a 4-day athletic event, unprecedented, with people from each of the 50 states and the territories. What's that remind you of?
Katniss Everdeen. Guys, like, okay, so, but I think this is supposed to take place during, when they do that UFC fight at the White House, because we are living idiocracy. Okay, this is so embarrassing. But I mean, we did elect, he literally was a game show host.
Mm-hmm.
Now
And a
the
poor
White
one at that.
House, yeah. Like, and also, even though it's a reality TV show, it's still like they're still playing a part. And Donald Trump is a disgusting pig, allegedly, for entertainment purposes only. And so, but he didn't really give us any more details about the Hunger Games, as far as I know. Like,
he didn't. It was very vague.
What is he talking about? What is he talking about?
I don't think anybody knows, including him. But
are these underage kids? Is this one of those human hunting weird shit?
Wow, that's dark. On the other hand, we've got the like deputy director of the FBI, who is the former podcaster with no experience. He is stepping down, and guess who's going to fail up into his position?
Only the guy who filed 90 fucking lawsuits and lost every single one.
Every single one.
Faley is going to be
Andrew Bailey from Missouri.
Like, he lost every case. Okay, so cool. So, and he is a super, super Christian man. And he is not going to release the Epstein files either. And it's just going to be so beautiful. Like, I'm going to really enjoy people being disappointed in him. I mean, I'm going to enjoy that part. That's the only part. But tomorrow is when the Epstein files are supposed to be fully released from that.
What do you think is going to happen? Do you think they'll be released and like so profoundly redacted that you can't see anything? Or do you think they'll just ignore the mandate and not release them at all?
I think that they're going to release something that's not sufficient in any way and then I think that other people have the unredacted versions. Like, I think probably oversight Dems, like, other people have it in Congress.
Well, today there was, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Creepy photos. I know.
Yeah, really disturbing stuff. Yeah.
And the Lolita, like, comes up quite often, not just in Jeffrey Epstein, but in several child trafficking, nasty shits. One of our, someone that we're going to interview, I actually booked her for January 4th, 2026. So, terrific. Lisa, but that's something that she specifically,
I feel like all the news these days needs to come with a trigger warning for people that have, been through this stuff. It's just so dark and disturbing and
icky.
Awful. Yeah. It's
icky.
Yeah.
But
the only way is through, though. We gotta get through it and get to better days.
And say no. Again, if we're not protecting kids, what are we doing?
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry we went on that tangent there. But, I mean, Hunger Games, really, dude? Like, we just wanted insurance.
Yeah. I saw a great meme the other day. It said, I just want the same health insurance that I pay for my representative to have. Isn't that the truth? And someone commented, and pension.
Yeah. I just want to not worry that we're being taken over by Nazis and such. I don't know. I just feel like we're really going backwards. But Mikey Ho, should we talk about him? He's just getting on my nerves. So he has proposed this capital gains tax, and it was supposed to cause a revenue loss of about 160 million in the
In
current
Missouri, right? We're
yes,
talking in
yes,
Missouri.
yes.
Hmm.
Correct. With ongoing losses at 111 million. Sorry, hold on. The state now expects 500 million loss this year and 360 million annually.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yes. And that's from the Missouri Independent. Rudy
Okay.
Keller, our boy Rudy.
Woo.
Okay, so where's the revenue gonna come from?
I don't think it is. I think next thing you know, we'll be having to cut everything because we don't have any state budget to support it. And that's what, people are pointing out that Kansas has been through this within the last couple decades, right? They did the same things and things just completely went to all hell. And they changed, you know, the governorship changed. They elected some Democrats and things turned around. But why in the world can't we learn from their experience? Why do we have to make the same mistakes? And I'm not saying Democrats are amazing, right? I'm not saying that we shouldn't, cut back on things that aren't productive and be frugal with our spending, financially responsible. I totally get that. But do we have to melt things down like Kansas did and not learn the lesson? It feels so foolish.
It feels like a smash and grab because the money, like,
Yeah, like this money is not like a capital gains tax. Poor people and folks that are in the middle class are not saving any money by not paying gains on capital or paying taxes on capital gains, right? Like it's people that can afford to invest and trade stocks, and they're the ones that are going to save a lot of money on this.
well, it's just
So,
making the rich richer, the poor
absolutely.
poorer.
Yeah.
We're gonna have shitty ass roads and schools, and we already have shitty ass roads and schools. No one's gonna want to move here, so everything
For a
else is just
variety of
gonna
reasons,
keep
right?
getting shittier
Yeah.
because no one is gonna come here, and then we're gonna be like fucking like we're shitty. We're like 48th guys. So I guess if we're gonna be the highest of some, like the
Mhm.
best, the best of the worst,
The
the worst of the
the
best.
worst.
That we're the best at being the worst is what
Oh,
I meant.
yeah.
So that's the title.
The best of being the worst.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the title of the episode. See, we always figure that out usually
Oh.
throughout a gonadal integrity. See, that was catchy. Okay, hold on. We need to backtrack to Bongino. Okay,
Okay.
Andrew, we can talk
Bailey.
about him. We can make fun of him more when he fails, which will start
Mm.
what
Any
January
minute.
1st.
Okay.
I feel well, but okay, so Epstein files tomorrow supposed to be released, okay? And I think they've been making like a big deal about if they willingly or if the files are tampered with, it's a big deal. Like they're making a big deal about it. Like not that they've ever cared about it before, but I think that it actually scared Bongino because he knows that it's super fucked up, those files, and he knows that they fucked with them, so he's like, shit, I can go back to podcasting and it'd be way better. This shit's for
Yeah.
the birds, but he's ruined forever and I love it. This is not going to go well for any of these guys. I love it. Hurry up. If I got to suffer, you got to suffer.
It's interesting how much he claims to have made on his podcast, like millions of dollars, I want to say like 100 and some million dollars. And I'm curious, A, if that's accurate. B, like who's paying him that much to podcast? Because I'd like to know how he's doing that.
Probably like other countries or like people to say certain things
Yeah.
because everything is propaganda, including us. Sorry, guys.
It's
I'm doing
crazy.
little subliminal messages in the background. I'm probably like munching on food, like like you probably get hungry when you're listening because I'm like chewing a little bit in the background.
Or people can just tune out altogether because they can't stand the sound of chewing. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, I either love or hate my
Mm-hmm.
noises. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, it'll be
Although,
interesting to see what happens with him.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, people are gonna get the pitchforks at some point, you know. I'm gonna
It does
watch.
feel like we talk about this a fair amount, but the public sentiment has turned. The tide is turning.
Well, people are getting more accepting. Their mind is being more open to
Mhm.
the evilness of things that are going on in general. Like for a
Yeah,
long time, I feel like, and even me, like I wouldn't believe a lot of the things that I'm now learning are true about, regarding
mhm.
history and nefarious things that our government has done. Like maybe
Mhm.
we're kind of the bad people a lot, not like what we were taught.
Not the white hat situation we thought we were in. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I just, not that I'm not proud of our nation, but that doesn't mean that I can't call out the shitty parts.
sure. And that's
Like,
a
that's what makes us good, right?
exactly. That's one of our fundamental tenets is that we can love our country and criticize the people that are running it sometimes, criticize some of the actions they've taken, but still, appreciate our country and what it is.
But now at this point, honestly, we are completely sold out. Our government, it, we answer to Russia and Israel at this point. I'm sorry, we do.
Speaking of Russia, it's really interesting that there's news that Truth Social is considering like a partnership or a relationship with a Russian company that has to do with fusion energy, right?
Yeah. So Trump's social media company is attempting a $6 billion merger
Billion with a
with
B.
B. That's a
Mm,
B
yeah.
illion. That's a B illion. TAE Technologies partnered with the UK's Atomic Agency this month has financial backing from the Russian government and hold on and hopes to see fusion power the AI revolution. Okay, so
So why would a social media platform partner with that type of a tech company?
isn't the president not supposed to fucking like make $6 billion mergers with companies while he's the fucking president? What is happening?
Indeed, he's
What
not.
is
But yeah, that precedent's been made though, and yeah, like again, if this any of this had happened in any other
if
administration,
Hunter
oh,
Biden
yeah,
did this? Oh God, we'd
yeah,
ugh, impeach it. Okay,
yeah.
so yeah, I think that's not supposed to happen. But okay, so 6 billion, so scary. So also the UK backed by the Russian government, that actually kind of seems weird too. Are they all a big fucking conglomerate? We're all gonna die. Okay. Um, yeah, okay. The combined companies plan to begin construction as soon as next year of the world's first fusion reaction that could produce electricity on utility scale rather than just in laboratory settings. The combination with TMTG could also give TAE political clout. This is also from CNN Business, sorry. But it could also make it more politically controversial, per- particularly if it looks to receive any kind of federal government support such as grants, low interest loans, or permitting approvals. It could also give TAE access to capital that it needs. Under terms of the deal, TMTG would also provide 300 million in cash for TAE's plans, but that is likely a fraction of the cash available from some of TAE's current investors such as Google parent parent company Alphabet, as well as its bevy of private equity investors. Okay, hold on. So I'm just saying, I feel like a lot of money is being invested into this with there's no product yet. It doesn't
Hmm.
seem like.
And meanwhile, it's also really curious that a professor at MIT was killed, and it sounds like his field of study was fusion, right?
Yeah, yeah. It
That's curious to me.
okay. So here's some details about this man. Nuno Loreiro. I'm probably not saying that correctly, but Loureiro was assassinated yesterday. Uh, he was an MIT Plasma Science and Fusion Center director and a professor. He studied nuclear fusion for 10 years at MIT. He focused on creating a virtually limitless clean energy source on Earth, one that doesn't produce carbon or radioactive waste. Uh, so he had a hit kind of out because he was a threat to companies in the energy sector, like oil companies, wind, solar, all of the other
What does it
places.
say? Can you remind me how he died?
He found dead, gunshot, homicide.
Oh my.
Yeah, so he was popped, right? So he was gonna produce unlimited energy with minimal waste, plasma dynamics, magnetized plasma dynamics. So this motherfucker was smart and they fucking killed him. Well, actually, you know what? He had it figured out and they fucking stole it.
Mm.
So now we gotta wait
Mm-hmm.
even longer because they're gonna monopolize it. And then they're gonna use it to take over the world even more than, I mean, okay, not gonna go down that road.
I'll be
Uh,
interested to hear more about that investigation as it unfolds.
Hopefully Cash Patel can pay attention with its good eye.
Hmm.
Probably looking all off, so, um, okay. So one of the first things. What else? Is there anything? Oh, let's talk about the Vanity Fair article.
Okay, Vanity Fair article. I think by the time this airs, everybody will have seen the photographs that were taken by the photographer. What's his name again?
Christopher Anderson.
Yes, and they're very, detailed, and it's like you can see their soul through this art. Very unflattering. Very,
I mean, even where they're placed is
yeah.
makes them look very small without.
It says a lot.
It really does.
And
It's very artistic and
and
journalistic.
Caroline Levitt, I don't like to dog on people's appearances because we wouldn't want that done to us, but I mean, she must have gone like from her lip injection appointment straight to this photo shoot because it's curious how you can see like the injection marks, and everybody's making fun of her skin condition or skincare and her makeup and everything, but it's just very curious to me. It really,
Transformation of being evil on the inside.
yeah, yeah,
Evil fucking ages you. She's 28.
yeah. And the stress that and I mean, she could quit. She could go do something else. And she gets up in front of the world all the time and lies to us. It's
Well,
just that's just a fact.
there was
And
just that article about Katie Miller.
yeah, and for that to manifest in how these women look, it's just really interesting to me. And the way he captured that in these photographs, and like you say, the way they're placed, the way they're seated, the way they're spaced out, the directions they're facing, it creates a picture of what's going on there, and it's
Small
not flattering.
small motherfuckers. And then, oh, there was another one someone pointed out. There's someone on the phone in the background.
Mm.
And they're like the subtle look of
Mm-hmm.
someone really calling the shots behind the scenes,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and who knows if they just were like, Candid, what's up?
Yeah.
But, like, what? Like, how trashy they actually are. Just, like,
Well, and it wasn't a surprise. Like, this photographer's style is to be very close up and, capture all these details and really bring all that to life. He's not doing some like pretty aesthetic thing. He's telling a story. And they had to know that. Like, he's a famous photographer. So why they chose to go that route and not, and now they're surprised that that's the result they get. I mean, that's pretty wild too.
okay, but aside from the photography and the aesthetics,
Mm-hmm. Mm,
she was
wiling
wild
out.
out. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
And can
Telling
you
on
remind us
everybody.
her position, Susie Wiles?
Isn't she the chief of staff? Yeah, she's chief of staff. Yeah, chief of staff, Susie
Okay, so
Wiles.
she's the gatekeeper to the most, you know, powerful position, one of the most powerful positions in the world, and this is a representative of her.
Yeah, and she was actually, I mean, I'm surprised some of the shit she said, which makes me think, is she like realizing, oh shit, I better fucking hop off Noah's Ark here. Okay, so she acknowledged, so here's some things that she did say in this article.
Mhm.
So she acknowledged that Trump was in the Epstein files. She said that she urged Trump not to pardon the most violent January 6 rioters and that he ignored her advice. She did admit that Trump is looking for retribution, and when there's an opportunity, he will go for it, and that's in quotations.
Mm.
She tried to convince Trump to stop score settling against political enemies after 90 days in office. She gave him 90 days. Okay, that effort failed because Trump's desire for retribution never stopped. Wiles directly contradicted Trump's claims about Bill Clinton, stating there is no evidence Clinton ever visited Jeffrey Epstein's private island. Yeah, but he didn't have to go to the fucking island, okay? She described Trump as having an alcoholic's personality, and her ability to work with him comes from growing up with an alcoholic father. Okay, like, come on, guys, heal yourself. Don't, like, fuck up the whole fucking United States,
Yeah.
please. Elon Musk is an avowed ketamine user and an odd duck. And he was not rational and left her aghast. She called de- director Russell Vogt a right wing absolute zealot. Damn it. She's going off. She ain't wrong about that. She said the administration needed to look harder at deportations to avoid mistakes. Okay, Susie, if you're the chief of staff, fucking wrangle your staff, please.
That's really interesting.
And then she's like mad. How could you write what I said? How dare
Yeah.
you?
How could you be an accurate reporter, right? How dare you?
How dare you put what I said verbatim in quotes and then publish my face with it?
How dare you?
How dare you not blur out my fresh lip filler? You said you would.
It makes me sad though, that that's what this environment and this has turned these people into, you know?
Hey, but they have choices and they
I know.
ruined everything.
I know. But it's kind of metaphorical for the whole country, that's what
But
it's just turned us into.
they could have just listened to us.
I know. It's hard not to say I told you so.
I know, and then I'm like nihilistic about it. I'm like, well, fuck. I mean,
Yeah. Well, we've
duh.
come this
What
far. You
did
might
you
as well burn it
expect?
down and start over and to
Oh,
build it back into something better because the more we learn, the more what we had wasn't all that amazing either. So, we can do it. The only way is through. We can do it.
yeah, karma's a bitch. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put my kids to bed because it's almost Christmas break and tomorrow's my
Mhm.
last day of freedom.
Enjoy. All
I
right.
shall. Okay, I will talk to you later.
Okay. Everybody take care. Bye.